Hello everyone. In this tutorial video, I will explain abstraction, abstract class, and the abstract method. But before that, please support the channel by clicking on the subscribe button and hit also the notification bell so that you will be notified with all the new videos that I'm going to upload in this channel. And so basically, when we say abstraction in Java, this is the process of hiding the implementation details from the user. When we say implementation details, this refers to the body of the method. So this time, when you create a method, you can hide the body of it. And where do you put that body? You have to put that in the subclass. The definition of that method will be placed in the parent class. So they are separated. So definition will only be in the parent class and the body will be in the subclass. Now, abstraction can be achieved by using abstract class and interfaces. But interfaces I will not discuss here. I will just discuss abstract class. I will discuss interfaces in another video so that you will better understand what is an abstract class. So I will separate the video for these interfaces. And so, like I said, abstraction in Java can only be achieved by abstract class. So this is what I'm saying now. So we can create two classes now. The regular class that we are creating and an abstract class. Okay, so the way you create an abstract class is the same with the Java class that we are creating before. So you just have to right click here and new Java class. It's the same, just you have to make it as an abstract class later on. I'm going to show to you later on. Now, an abstract class may have inside the regular method. It can have a regular method and an abstract method. So this is what I'm saying a while ago. The abstract method, we can hide the body of it. So meaning to say, all the details, the implementation details of the abstract method, we can hide that one and put those in another class, and that is the subclass. So since we are talking about subclass and parent class, so therefore, there will be inheritance here. Okay, so let's try to have it in action. So for example, here I have here Java main class, it's called abstract class, and I have another one, Java class, it's called student. So let's say, for example, just to make it simple, I have here two attributes, student name or stud name and age, and I have a setter and getter for these two. Okay, so let's try to create an abstract class. So just the same, just you have to right click here, new Java class. So you just have to put a name for it. Let's call it as marks, and I'm just going to finish it. There you go. So this is it. So I don't need this. I'm just going to remove that, and this one, there you go. Now I'm just going to prepare my screen something like this. And so we have now three Java program. One is main class, Java main class. The other one is a Java class, it's called student, and another Java class, it's called marks. But I will make marks as an abstract class. So how do we do that? You just have to put here abstract. Right? So now we have one Java class, and now another one, we have an abstract class. So this one is an abstract class now. So as simple as that, that is how you make an abstract class. Okay, now you have to remember that an abstract class cannot be used to create an object. So we cannot use it to create an object. So we cannot say here now in our Java main program here, we cannot say now marks, let's say obj1 is equal to new marks. We cannot say something like this now. It will have an error. Okay, so if you point here, see, marks is abstract, cannot be instantiated. So that's the rule. So whenever you have an abstract class, that class will always be a class. It cannot be used as an object. Okay? Or meaning to say, you cannot instantiate it. So as simple as that. So since we cannot do that, so I'm just going to remove this and like that. Okay? Again, an abstract class can have a regular method. The regular method, just like this, setter and getter. It can have a regular method. It can have a setter and getter. For instance, let's have here, let's say private string, for example, student ID. Okay, so for instance, like this. Okay, so for instance, let's have a getter and setter for this. Alt insert. Getter and setter are actually methods, regular methods. So see, it's possible. Okay, an abstract class can also have an abstract method. Okay, an abstract method. So meaning to say here, I can have two or both, one or both. Regular method, just like these setters and getters, or other methods that you think you need, you can put here. Okay, later we will put. And then an abstract method. So an abstract method, when we say abstract method, we can hide the implementation details of it. This is the meaning of that. Meaning to say, we can only put here the definition of it, but the body of it, we have to put it on the subclass. Okay, so for instance, let's make student as our subclass or the child class. So I'm just going to extend here marks. So in this case, this is the child class, this is the parent class. So something like that. So now I can now make an abstract class. So for example, let's make an abstract class here. So I'm just going to say here public. Let's say it doesn't return anything. Display school name, for example. There you go. It's only like this. And because it's an abstract, so I'm just going to say here public abstract void display school name. So this is the method name. Display school name. There is no body. Just like here, get student ID, it has a body inside, right? It has a body. So these are regular methods. But this one, because it's an abstract method, so you just have to define it here in the parent class. Where are you going to put the body? The body will be in the child class. So this is the child class here now. Okay, so all I need to do again, and as you notice, it is having an error here. So you see, it is waiting for the body here. Okay, NetBeans know that. No? It knows that you are creating an abstract, so it is waiting here in the child class. How do NetBeans know that? Because we put student extends marks. So this is the child, this is the parent. So we have to put here in the child class the body, the implementation. So just have to paste it there. Okay, so like that. So you just have to put now the implementation here. So it's a separate. Okay, the definition will be in the parent class, while the implementation or the body of that method, abstract method, will be inside the child class. So I'm just going to say here system.out.println, let's say University of New York, for example, and there. Okay, so we now have one abstract method inside an abstract class. So abstract method are only placed inside an abstract class. Okay, so meaning to say, this student here is a regular class. It's a class. It's not an abstract class. It's a regular class. So I cannot make, or I cannot place here an abstract method. I cannot make, or I cannot create here an abstract method. So abstract method are only created inside an abstract class together with regular methods. Okay, as simple as that. So now we can now create our object. Okay, so to create an object, so I'm going to use the student class because I cannot make this as my object, right? Because the rule is that you cannot create an object if you are going to use the abstract class. So I'm just going to use the student. Let's call it as obj1 is equal to new student. Okay, I don't have a constructor, so I don't have any parameters here. Okay, so that's the reason why it is only something like this. So let's call now the display school name. Let's test this one if it is working. So let us see. So obj1 dot display school name. Okay, so I'm going to run now, and there you go, it is there. Okay, we were able to run our abstract class and abstract method. So as simple as that. Let's create another one. Let's say this time abstract. This time it can return a value. So let's say, for example, compute marks, semicolon. So let's say, for example, it has two parameters. Let's say double quiz 1 and double quiz 2. So it's something like this. There you go. So you see, you just have to put, if it is an abstract, you just have to put, or you just have to place the definition of it. Implementation, where it will be here in the child class again, the student class. So you just have to, again, for me, what I do, I just copy this one, everything, and then I will just paste it here. If I'm going to create now the body, I'm just going to paste it here. I remove this, open, close. And then I will just remove the abstract. There you go. So you just have to place it here. So for example, I'm just going to say return Q1 plus Q2. So I'm just going to return the sum of Q1 and Q2. That is what this compute marks method or abstract method compute marks will do. And so to test that, let us test it. So let's say I'm just going to double is equal to, or I will just print it directly. So system.out print line, for example, I'm just going to print it directly when I call it. So I'm just going to say obj1 that compute marks. So here I'm just going to say here 10, I'm going to say here 15. Okay, so simple as this. So when I run now, I should have 25. Okay, so I put 10 and 15 here because we don't have any attribute about 10 and 15. So that's why I did not use getters here. So I just put an actual value. Okay, so as simple as that. So again, can I create here a regular method after this two abstract? Yes, you can. You can just place it here. Okay, so let's say, for example, let's place a regular method. Let's say public, it's just a void. Okay, let's make it simple. Void, let's say display address. Simple as this. So system.out.println, for example, address is New York. USA. So simple as that. So when I call this method, it will just display this two. So When I call it, it will be like that. So I'm just going to call it obj1.displayAddress. So it will just call it. It will call this method, and when we run, there you go. New York, USA is there. So again, an abstract class may have properties or may not have properties. So it's up to you, or it's up to the problem. And then it may have regular methods, and it may have abstract methods. Both methods that can return or does not return a value. Okay, so it's like that. So this is how we create an abstract class and an abstract method. So very simple only. I hope you have learned something new in this tutorial video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on my next one.